I am out here hiking, and I thought I'd make a video for the New Year's. You're gonna have to deal with looking at the trail as I'm trying to come down this big mountain cliff. I'm out here hiking. I had to turn around because the trail wasn't visible anymore. I didn't want to get stuck out here because I got about an hour of daylight left. And I've been hiking for about an hour and a half. So we'll see if we can make it back to the car in time before it gets dark. Anyways, I've been mulling on the idea of doing, I guess a risky, crisky style schizo rant. But I don't really have a place to film, so I thought I'd come out here today and do that. This is kind of all going to be off the top of my head. I don't really have anything planned out, just some ideas and thoughts that I wanted to talk about. But let's see. My main focus was to talk about the new year, not in the New Year's resolution kind of way, but where's your lines at? What's the hill you're willing to die on in 2026? Because I bet you it's a very shallow hill. And I don't mean that in an argumentative way or an insulting way, but a lot of people in this prepper community movement, the Minuteman movement, whatever you want to call it, people who like guns and preparing for the worst, seem fixated on collecting the Gucci gear and the nice things and the expensive things and telling everybody that they need to have this or they're going to die or they're going to be a loot drop, and it just doesn't make sense. And to me, it's dumb and played out. I'm tired of watching video after video after video of a guy telling me I need to have this and this and this and this and this. But then, at the end of the day, we don't do anything with it. They tell you you have to have 3 months of food stockpiled. But do they even have 3 months of food stockpiled? And what do you do after that 3 months runs out? Or the 6 months of the year? I mean, is this movement dedicated to living in a bunker? Or coming out to the woods and hiding? What I'm trying to get at is all these preparations are for when the government becomes tyrannical, right? We all can agree on that. That's what this movement's founded on. That's the whole point of the Minuteman. And so we stockpile and stockpile and stockpile, and we train and train and train. We don't do anything. Now, I have to be careful with the language I use. This is not a call to violence, according to community guidelines. That's not what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to pull a little bit of a Trevor Moore here, if you don't know who that is. You haven't been on the internet very long. Now, I am not saying to do certain things. Okay? Does that make sense? Do I need to wink at you? But it doesn't make sense to stockpile and prep and train for all these things when you're going to sit on your couch and do nothing. And what I mean by that is I'm not calling you lazy. I'm saying that we're past the point of tyranny. Well, I mean, where's your line? To get back on my original topic, you've drawn your line in the sand, but you're not standing behind it. Are you tracking with me? I'll show you some pretty views while I'm bitching at you. Are you following with me? Your line in 2026 needs to not only be firm and fortified, you need to have the balls to stand behind it, because we've already passed the line that we should have, where we should have stopped them, where they shouldn't have crouched, where they shouldn't have crossed. But some of us weren't alive then. I wasn't. Now, this isn't to blame the older generation, even though they are somewhat to blame, but that doesn't mean we can't make a stand now. And all this prepping and training is pointless if you're not willing to do anything. And a lot of you, how many of you actually work in your community or understand how a lot of the legislation works? How many of you know what age you need to be to even run for office? I'm not saying that you can vote your way out. I don't think that at all. But a lot of people want to sit on a safe of 10 AR-15s and bitch at everybody. If you don't have this exact build, you're gonna die. But they don't fucking do anything. They're not willing to do anything. They're not willing to do the things that need to be done in order to make legitimate change for the people in any country. This isn't just a problem in the United States, but the United States got their balls tucked between their legs. How come all these European countries who don't have the right to self-defense or the Second Amendment, they're doing shit to their government? They're throwing manure on the buildings and burning down places and all sorts of shit. Now, I'm not saying you're supposed to do that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you're supposed to do that. All right? Wink, wink, triple more. I'm not telling you to do that. But, where's your line? When the tyranny of our government, because they are tyrannical, you cannot argue with that. If you try to, you're stupid. At what point are you willing to say, fuck it, we ball? Because in my opinion, we're past that point. I'm ready to ball. Are you willing to do what needs to be done in 2026 to not only protect your family, yourself, your neighbors, the people of your country, and the planet itself, as these corporations destroy everything and steal everything from you? Or are you going to take it in the ass like a bitch? And I'm sorry to be crude, but I think that's the only way you're going to get it through your head. Where is your line? Don't make a New Year's resolution that you're going to go to the gym more, or you're going to quit eating this, or you're going to stop vaping, or whatever dumb, stupid, superficial bullshit that doesn't fucking matter. In 2026, say, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I don't care what you do to me. I don't care what I have to do to stop you. You will not destroy my planet. You will not hurt my family. And I will build the life I was promised by you, which you stole from me because you lied. At what point are you going to do that? Because you should have done it already. This year should have been enough proof for you to say, fuck it. Fuck you, fuck your system. I'm not doing it anymore. But you people keep going to work and paying your taxes and being good little foot soldiers. I know not everybody can just quit their job. It's not easy. It's hard being broke all the time. But you have to make sacrifices. And a lot of people aren't willing to do the dirty sacrifices to make change. They're willing to go to the gym. They're willing to budget to buy a new gun. But they're not willing to stand by their conscience and their morals and their principles and say, I don't agree with that. I'm not doing it. I don't care how much it hurts me. I don't care what you do to me. I will not comply. And if you don't have that mentality going into 2026, I can't help you. I don't know how to make you see things. I can't explain it for you. I can't push you. I can't force you to drink. I can't even lead you to water. I can only make a video and try and share my opinion as my fat ass hikes up this hill. Now, I'm sorry if this is low quality or boring to watch, but I've really needed to say this for a long time. And the problems in my own personal life have kind of gotten in the way of trying to make videos and do things because I don't have a place to film. And I like my privacy. Ooh. But, I don't know. I want to help you. I want to help everybody. But I need you to help me too. We got to work together on this. No one can do this alone. Even if you have a small group, it's still going to be hard. We all need to collectively come together. Not for some bullshit movement. Not for some lame attempt. Actually do it the way it's supposed to be done. The effective way. One last thing that I forgot to mention. Prepping is good. It's good to have water and food and different things stored up. Even ammunition. It's not wrong to do these things. I didn't want that. I didn't want to come across that way. But when you're hyper focused on having the most expensive items and all these things that sit in a safe that are thousands and thousands of dollars, which most of us realistically can't afford, not because we don't work or we don't make money, but because the economy sucks. And stuff has become outrageously expensive. And so my point isn't that you shouldn't do those things or have those things. What I'm saying is don't rely on it. Those items aren't going to make a difference in the long run. Are they useful? Yes. But are they necessary? Maybe not. Certain things are, certain things aren't. You have to have food, you have to have water, you have to have shelter. But do you really need night vision? Maybe. I don't know. I could make points for saying yes. I can make points for saying no. It depends on how far you're willing to go and what you're willing to do. That's my point. Is if you're collecting these things that all these YouTube channels are telling you you have to have, when they have a budget of thousands, if not maybe $1 million, depending on how much money they get, where they can afford these things. It's a drop in the bucket for them. It's nothing. I can't have the same expectations for myself or you, because we have car payments, phone bills. A lot of us live paycheck to paycheck. Sorry, I came across a fork here. I had to figure out where I was going. My point is, don't be so hyper-focused on buying things in 2026, but doing things in 2026. Learning skills. If you want to buy something, buy a book. Read it. Actually read it. Don't just let it sit on your shelf. And if you are going to read only one book, I can only recommend the Bible, the Holy Word of God. Because you can read a million other books and still be ignorant. So if you're not aligned with God, and your focus is on the material things and not the actions you can take to better other people's lives, you're dooming us all. Maybe not that was kind of harsh, but you're playing yourself. There you go. You're setting yourself up for long-term failure and the failure of the next generation to come. So keep that in mind. So stay frosty, stay vigilant, act accordingly, and fight in the shade.